Welcome back, everyone, to CA Hoops Weekly, presented by Geico. I'm Bobby Broyles, along with Bill Potter. Bill, we have reached a halfway point at what has been an already exciting start to the conference season, and after last week's result, the back half of the CAA slate should live up to the mark as well.
You're right, Bobby, and if anyone knows what's going to happen in the second half of this season, they're lying to you.
Yes.
As we hit the halfway point, 7 teams are separated by just 2 games in the standings, and we have a 3-way tie for both second and fifth. It's safe to say the CAA has the closest and wildest conference race going. Towson continues to be the hottest team in the CAA, pushing its winning streak to 6 games. The Tigers went on the road last week and collected wins at Elon and over CAA leader William & Mary, handing the Tribe its first loss at home this year. Delaware moved into a 3-way tie for 5th, sweeping its road trip to Hofstra and Northeastern by a combined 4 points. Kevin Anderson's buzzer beater lifted the Blue Hens to a win over the Pride and earned the SportsCenter #1 play that night before Nate Darling spurred a second-half comeback at Northeastern, scoring 28 of his 34 points in the second half of a win. And for their effort, the Blue Hens were named the NABC Team of the Week on Tuesday.
Yep.
And, not to be outdone last week, UNCW went on the road and stunned Charleston at TD Arena, unveiling a masterful defensive game plan. The Seahawks have really been playing with a renewed energy and have won 2 in a row and will look to continue its momentum into the second half.
Yep. We got to speak with our CA basketball insider, Eamon Brennan, about the league race and how exciting the second half of the conference season should be.
Just talk about the importance of finishing in the top 6. You avoid the first round bye, and the fact that there is a separation of just 2 games from 1st to 7th place. It's really setting up to be what should be a really exciting race in the back half of the conference season.
Yeah, a really exciting race that should set up a really exciting conference tournament. As you mentioned, the importance of being in the top 6 is massive because if you're 7th place, then you are, in theory, in this league this year, a team with with legitimate hopes of getting to the NCAA tournament. Right? You play well in the conference tournament, win your games, you could get there. You're good enough is the point. But if you're 7th place, you have to play 4 games in 4 days, and it's hard enough to win 3 in a row. In high-pressure situation with an NCAA tournament bid on the line, it's tough. Winning 4 in a row is especially difficult. Maybe some team gets hot and they want to play that extra game, but I highly doubt any coach in the conference will be looking at it saying, yeah, we'll take another opportunity on the front end of our conference tournament. I think most will be really, really hopeful to get into the top 6 and will be pushing their teams. And like you said, it should make for a really interesting race down the stretch because it's not just about winning the regular season title, although that's all well and good. But for a lot of these teams, it's about getting to a certain place in the league where they feel a little bit better about their positioning in the conference tournament bracket heading into the most important weekend of the year.
You can check out the entire interview with our CA basketball insider, Eamon Brennan, now on casports.com and on the conference social media platforms. Time to get to the second half of the conference season started. Let's begin with the contest on the CBS Sports Network in Harrisonburg as JMU will play host to College of Charleston at 6:30 on Thursday night.
And both teams are going to be looking to get the taste of a loss out of their mouths on Thursday night. And fortunately for both teams, they have reliable scorers to turn to in Grant Riller and Matt Lewis.
Yep.
Riller's been everything Charleston asked this season and more. The CAA preseason player of the year ranks 2nd in the conference with over 21 points per game while handing out over 4 assists. Riller and JMU's Matt Lewis are the only 2 players in the CAA to rank in the top 15 of the conference in scoring, rebounding, and assists. Lewis has led the Dukes throughout the year, averaging 18.5 points, almost 6 boards, and 4 assists.
Also on Thursday night at 7 over on FlowHoops.com, UNCW will be at Towson. Both teams coming in with winning streaks and a lot of confidence, Bill.
You hit on the key word, Bobby, confidence. Towson is on the program's best winning streak in CAA play since 2016-17 and has won its last 5 games by at least 8 points. We've touched on it before, but Alan Betran and Brian Fobbs have given the Tigers consistent scoring over the last month, and the results are showing. Betran has scored in double figures in 10 straight games, scoring at least 16 points in 8 of them, while Fobbs has scored in double figures 7 straight times, including 3 of 4 games with 20 or more points. Now, we know UNCW started CAA play slow, but since Rob Burke was named interim head coach on January 13th, the Seahawks have been playing with a fresh energy, going 2-1 with wins over Northeastern and at Charleston. The return of health to Ty Gadsden has helped spur the Seahawks' success. Gadsden has played in each of the UNCW's last 4 games, capping that run with 16 points at Charleston. And freshman Shaquem Phillips has come into his own, averaging 10.5 points in CAA play, while also ranking 3rd in steals. And he's earned CAA Rookie of the Week honors twice this year.
Yep. Moving on to Saturday at 2 o'clock on FlowHoops.com as Towson will welcome College of Charleston to CQ Arena. Big game for both these teams that sit near the top of the CA standings, but also a deeper meaning into this contest as it is the autism awareness game for at Towson on Saturday.
You know, and you'll see Towson wearing blue uniforms to promote autism awareness, and head coach Pat Scarry has really spearheaded the autism awareness movement throughout the college basketball community. Yep. Expect to see coaches around the country wearing puzzle piece lapel pins in their support of autism awareness as well. Now, as we turn to the court, these two teams enter the weekend as part of a three-way tie for second in the CAA at 6-3. On January 2nd, Charleston collected an 81-69 win over Towson, with Grant Riller posting 28 points and Sam Miller notching 16. For Towson, Nakai Sanders had a double-double, while Alan Betran added 19 points and Brian Fobbs 12. As they meet again, Towson and Charleston ranked first and second in conference play in field goal percentage defense, so points and rebounding could be at a premium in this one. Charleston will try to get Riller going while supporting him via Miller and Brevin Galloway. Galloway enters the weekend averaging 12 points in conference play, while Miller is averaging 10.5 points. Appropriately, Betran and Fobbs, who are always linked together so far this year, ranked 9th and 10th in scoring in conference play. An X factor for Towson could be Jason Gibson. The freshman guard has come on of late and earned CAA Rookie of the Week honors after averaging 17 points last week, including a 21-point performance in Towson's win at William & Mary. And one thing to look for down the stretch of this game, Towson clamped down defensively in both of its wins last week, holding Elon and William & Mary to a combined 4 of 19 shooting in the last 5 minutes of both games.
And we wrap up with a Saturday contest at 4 o'clock on FlowHoops.com as Hofstra finishes their road trip at William & Mary. And Bill, the Tribe got the best of the Pride the first time around.
They sure did. And given the closeness of the CAA standings, it feels like every game truly matters with 5 weeks left. And this one is no different as Hofstra comes into the weekend 1 game back of the CAA leaders of William & Mary. Back on January 2nd, it was William & Mary who made an early statement in CAA play with an 88-61 win at Hofstra. Nathan Knight recorded a double-double, what's new, with 15 points and 12 rebounds, while Andy Van Vliet tallied 18 points. As a team, the Tribe shot 62.5% for the game. Now, the William & Mary approach is likely not going to change appreciably from what we saw in that game. Knight has been a thorn in the side of Hofstra throughout his career, averaging over 26 points and 10 rebounds since his sophomore season. This season, Knight has been supported by Van Vliet, who's averaging over 13 points and 7 rebounds, while Luke Lowy is third in the CAA, hitting nearly 59% of his attempts from the field, including a 44% mark from three-point range. Hofstra will counter with one of the CAA's most balanced lineups. 5 Pride players are in the top 23 of the CAA in scoring, led by DeJour Bowie's 21 points per game. Isaac Conte has given Hofstra a post presence in CAA play, with the forward averaging over 12 points and nearly 8 rebounds, while leading the conference with a 65% mark on his attempts from the field.
Now here's a look at the rest of the upcoming action around CAA men's basketball. The Colonial takes over the Capitol. Join us March 7th through the 10th at the Entertainment and Sports Arena for all of the action and excitement in Washington, D.C. as 10 CAA teams battle for a berth in the NCAA tournament. CASports.com will have all the information you need this week regarding links to live stats, video, and audio coverage.
You know, and of course, you can continue to follow the league on Facebook and Instagram by searching CA Sports. And we're on Twitter 24/7 at CA Basketball using the hashtag CA Hoops.
The CA on-campus crew was at the College of Charleston last week. You can revisit their trip on the CA social media outlets and tune in this Thursday to CASports.com for a feature on the Cougars.
You know, aside from a ton of great meals, some sunshine, some warm weather, we also had the opportunity to sit down with Grant Riller and Charleston head coach Earl Grant to talk about Riller's journey to the Low Country, how he's following in the footsteps of Joe Cheeley and Jarrell Brantley, and what finishing his career as one of the best players in Charleston and CA history will mean to him and the program.
That is it from us today. Enjoy the games, everyone.